The hungry don't get fed. So when a dude's in a dry spell, he tends to stay in a dry spell for a long time. So how do we break the cycle of sexlessness and get you laid? And more importantly, what do we do during the dry spell to help us get over it? My name is Stirling Cooper. I'm an award-winning adult film star, former high-class male companion as well, and I'm here to help you transform your sex life. The first thing I will tell you guys is if you're in a dry spell, if you haven't had sex in a while, do not fall into the habit of masturbating all the goddamn time. This is only going to help prolong your dry spell because it's taking away your masculine vigor. It's taking away that energy. It's taking away your sex drive. Masturbating into a goddamn tissue. That is the opposite habit that you need to be cultivating in order to break this dry spell in the first place. Because if you're just masturbating all the goddamn time, you're kind of relieving that sexual side of you without actually doing anything proactive to get sex. Falling into the habit of masturbating all the goddamn time is going to prolong your dry spell because you're not going to feel like chasing and pursuing women when you've just busted a nut. So one of the things you can do that's going to help you, a positive habit you're going to implement, is channeling that energy, that sex drive, that libido into positive activities. Things like the gym, things like your business, things like making money, networking, getting out there and socializing. These are all positive habits that are going to make you more attractive, build up your value as a man, get you out there, get you social, so that this dry spell can eventually come to a goddamn end. You need to put yourself out there. You need to hit bars, hit clubs. You need to tackle this problem aggressively. It ain't gonna solve itself. It ain't gonna go away magically without you actively, proactively doing something about it. So even if you're striking out, even if you're having no results, going out there and practicing and talking to women you don't know, cold approaching, right? This is going to build good habits. It's going to build experience so that when you do finally break the dry spell, you can turn that into positive momentum, an upward spiral of momentum, and you can get yourself into a hot streak after that because you've been building these muscles of socializing, going out, talking to women. Dry spell's been broken. Okay, we flip this thing on its head and we turn it into an upward spiral rather than a downward spiral. Set yourself the goal of talking to at least 10 women a week, even if it's something as simple as just hello or a fleeting compliment. Just setting that goal and holding yourself accountable to that goal every single week is going to help you break this dry spell much, much faster. That consistency is key. Another thing I'll add is that you want to get into the habit of complimenting women that you have absolutely no interest in having sex with. So fat women, ugly women, old women, just throwing out compliments to these women every single day is going to train you to be, one, social and comfortable initiating conversations and just talking with strangers. And two, you're going to feel better. It's kind of a selfish thing to do, really, because by throwing out a compliment, by throwing out some positivity to some stranger and not wanting anything in return, it actually makes you feel fantastic. It improves your own self-esteem. So you're kind of leveraging the fact that you don't really give a fuck about having sex with this woman to leverage your own self-esteem and make yourself feel better and develop that social habit at the same time. Obviously, you want to get on the dating apps, you want to optimize your profile, you want to get some really high quality photos taken, because maybe that's what's stopping you from closing and getting success on dating apps and things, if that's part of your dry spell. Sunday, Monday evenings between 6 and 8 p.m. is the prime time to be swiping and chatting and setting up dates and things, in my experience. Optimizing a dating profile, the most important thing is to have good, high quality photos. So get your style sorted, get out there, hire a photographer, get some good photos taken, and make sure that is on point. If you want to bring this dry spell to an abrupt end, you're going to have to learn how to capitalize on dates and seal the deal and close on those dates. And I have an entire book on that. Check it out right here. Don't let your lack of sex dictate your own opinions of yourself and your self-esteem. Like, you have no control over her and her perceptions of you. So if a woman isn't having sex with you, or if women in general aren't having sex with you, I don't want you to use that as some kind of yardstick that you measure your own self-esteem and confidence by, as an absolutely terrible metric, because it's not within your control. Your self-esteem needs to be dictated internally with things that you can control, habits that you build that reinforce, more muscles, more money, more self-esteem, habits that build you up as a person rather than this external bullshit that you really, really don't have too much influence over. Don't reach out to that toxic ex of yours just because you're desperate to get your dick wet. That's an absolutely terrible thing to do. So many guys fall into this habit and they end up back in a shitty relationship with their ex again, and they wonder why they're miserable. Look, there is an abundance of pussy out there. You just need to work to get it. Don't take the easy way out and go back to some old fuck buddy that you stopped fucking for a reason, or an ex that you stopped having a relationship with for a reason. Don't do yourself dirty like that. Set boundaries and enforce them. When you do finally get a chance to end the dry spell, look, you might bust a nut early because it's been a while since you've had sex. Don't put too much pressure on yourself. If you do bust early, then just go into round 2 again. You've probably built up a significant amount of excitement having not had sex in a while. So use that as a good thing. Use that to your advantage. Go straight into round 2 and just keep going all night if you have a lot of sex drive that has been built up for a long time. Don't expect you're human, for God's sake. If you haven't had sex in ages, don't expect yourself to last hours on round 1, because look, it's likely not going to happen. You're probably going to be super excited about it, like I said, because you haven't had sex in a while. Don't put too much pressure on yourself, because if you put too much pressure on yourself, you're probably going to end up with performance anxiety, and it's going to make it worse. So accept the fact that, hey, look, I haven't had sex in a while. I might come quickly, but I'm going to have fun, and I'm going to just go straight again into round 2 and give this girl a fantastic night and lock down that girl as a plate. Now, you might be striking out because you could be doing some things that are actively turning women off. Now, if you want to learn what some of those things are, then watch this video right here.